Hi, I'm Jane Vinson, Head of Value Creation here at BGF. Today I'm joined by Matt Reid, COO at BGF, and Anthony Healy, CEO of Australian BGF. Tell us about the BGF model. Why was the fund started?
So the financial crisis in 2008 magnified a funding gap that had been recognised for some time before that, where there wasn't sufficient long-term capital for SMEs to help them to scale up. And the government, together with our shareholder banks, or our founding banks, decided that it was a great idea to create the BGF to fill that funding gap.
And Anthony, what was the purpose for Australia?
SMEs in Australia, it's a vital segment of the economy. There's about 60,000 SMEs. They represent 54% of the GDP of the country, and they employ millions of people. These businesses, like Matt had said, lacked access to growth capital, particularly minority growth capital, which was important, because founders and entrepreneurs want to retain control as long as they can. I met with the team and realised this was a solution to a problem I'd seen for 20, 30 years in the banking markets in Australia. So I brought the idea back. I got the 4 major banks together and the federal government, and we had a lot of support actually from the BGF to set up in the first place.
And so with growth funds established in both the markets, how are the two businesses working together now?
What we found through working closely with Anthony's team is that the knowledge sharing between us is fantastic. So if we have companies that want to expand into Australia, we introduce them to the ABGF. And the expertise and on-the-ground knowledge that they have actually helps us not only attract new investment, but grow the value of the investment we have, because they often head down to Australia and the first place they might visit is ABGF's offices.
And from your perspective, Anthony, have we seen portfolio companies benefit from the relationship?
Yeah, absolutely. A good example of that would be a company called InSkin, which is a company we've just recently invested in. They're a business that's been incredibly successful in their domestic market, but the opportunity for them is, and partly why we're investing, is to expand into the UK and European market. BGF can help introduce them to portfolio companies with knowledge on the ground in those markets, and potentially board directors that can support them through that journey.
And Matt, can you tell us about typical types of businesses that you invest in?
Early on in our mission, it was certainly focused on scale-up businesses who needed approximately 2 to 10 million in capital. They were profitable, they had good growth trajectory, and a great team running it. And since then, we've expanded the mandate slightly. So we're now doing some quoted deals. That's for companies on the AIM market in the UK. So that's a smaller company market, which they experience similar funding issues. Once they've listed, obtaining follow-on capital during their journey can be difficult. And then we've also expanded to include earlier stage businesses.
And any differences in the businesses you invest in Australia?
We're industry agnostic.
Yeah.
We target businesses turning over between 2 and 100 million. We write cheques between 5 and 15 million Aussie, and then we can do follow-on funding as well. And we look for businesses that are profitable, that have a unique value proposition and significant growth potential. Invest in a business that's transforming the aviation sector in Western Australia. Invest in a business that's tackling e-waste in Australia, one that's electrifying the mining sector, and a whole range of others.
And for businesses that are a bit earlier on in their journey, what would be your tips for making them attractive for investment?
Often we talk to founders who say they want to sell a chunk of their business and bring in new capital, but they can't necessarily articulate what that capital will be used for. So be clear on the use of the capital and how it's going to help grow the business and deliver returns. Have a really simple but clear business plan. Be able to articulate your unique value proposition and what differentiates you. And then make sure that you're investment ready from a financial perspective. Get your house in order, essentially.
Yeah. Matt, at the other end of the journey, what does an exit process look like?
Preparation, really. Professionalise your board, improve or standardise your reporting, set your goals and demonstrate ability to meet those, but then also think, what do you want out the back of your exit? You need to start thinking about succession now, so you can demonstrate to your potential acquirer how your business is ready to go with or without you in the main seat. So it's all about preparation.
Yeah.